Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm your host, B, and today we got Corey and the crew giving us their definition of what a real man is and advising us women that we need to get us one. Let's hear what they got to say, and then, as always, we'll come back and talk about it.
If you ain't got the courage to say that, you have not graduated to true manhood. I will not allow this girl she was a cool girl, came out here, L.A., tried to make it. She was at Kanye church for a while. I already knew the bitch was great.
Oh, no.
I knew the bitch was great. But I took a liking to her, try to be good to her. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like she was a good person.
Yeah.
So long story short, she left. So now she back out there in the world.
Midnight Train.
So she was so offended by some of the things I said in the Cam Newton interview and was really trying to scold me.
She must not be. She must have fell off the last few years here listening
But
to you.
you know, when I heard from her last, she was talking about how the hurricane devastated her family and can I help her? I'm like, bitch, if I don't say what I say, I can't help you. Have you ever thought about that?
Man.
They want you to be what they want you to be, but they still want you to help them. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I still like you, but I'm saying you are lost. You need to be, this is what I want you to do. If you watching and you know who you are, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out there in this world and find a real man. And even though it's going to be hard to use his direction, stay with him. And in 5 years, you'll be all right. But you got to find a real man. A real man meaning a man who say what he do and do what he say. That's the best I could do last minute.
Right.
That's the closest thing to a real man I can tell you about because the rest of this shit ain't nothing, goddamn it. Stop searching for yourself through lost bitches. Lost bitches will never be able to help you.
Yeah, man.
You gotta find a real man, get up under him, bear his children, and in 20 years from now, when you look back, you will be proud of yourself as you wilting off from the world. I'm saying, I would love to hear someone say something that's better for a country bumpkin girl who came out here, the big city was too much, midnight train to Georgia, on back to the motherfucking Carolinas or wherever they at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You couldn't last in the city, but you still got advice. You should have found you a boss out here, sucked and fucked, so you could afford to live out here. If you don't suck and fuck and you ain't got real talent, what are you gonna do? This is LA. What a one-bedroom apartment costs out here?
Shit, 3,000.
Nowadays, yeah.
25 to 3, without exaggerating, right?
About 3,000.
You gotta suck and fuck. You don't have the tools to find a job that's gonna help you pay that kind of rent, but if you suck and fuck, LA is not out of reach.
Fuck Job Corps, job whore.
How about that, Craig?
Yeah, get on your thing, man. Get that pussy beat up, man. That's how you figure it out. Women, I mean, you know the thing, man. I think women be in denial about who they are and what they are in the world. You know, it's like
wait. You said it.
Yeah.
That sentence is amazing because that's all I see. People who don't get it. Do you see you? People are in denial about who they are and where they are in the world.
And if a woman is not around a man, like a real man, then she's unprotected.
A real man.
You running around here with no security, thinking that you gonna tell niggas how to move and when to move because you feel a certain way. You're not protected. You have to be under the tutelage of somebody that is a male that cares for you. And it's damn near impossible to find if you don't understand who you are and what you are in the world. And what you are is a helpmate. That's what you are. That's what you was put on.
Wait, they're a helpmate.
That's what you're supposed to be doing, is helping somebody that is stronger than you. Not trying to act like you're as strong as somebody when you're just a help.
But what's crazy about that call is does she even realize what she exposed about herself by making that?
Soon as you ask a
In other
nigga
words, you
for
don't-
help, he knows. Oh, this bitch ain't protected.
You can graduate from helpmate by putting in time with your man. You can almost basically become his partner.
Right.
With work put in. But bitches want to be your partner just because they letting you fuck them.
Right.
It's the funniest shit in the world.
Right.
But
And
the brother Cam asked me, should it be 50-50? And I was being nice. I wanted to say, homie, you supposed to work a hoe so hard. You supposed to work a hoe so hard. I'm talking about a cutthroat bitch that's smiling with you, which
Right.
is 80% of them. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. When you through with that bitch supposed to say hallelujah. He told me so much, but he took so much.
Man.
That's what they supposed to say when you done. I learned so many things, but it took so much from me.
Yeah. And all that failure you experience, and that's the difference between us two. That's why we're stronger. A real nigga sees failure as opportunity to grow. Oh, this is why I fucked up. This is what I got to do different. You can't be out here with no protection and ignoring the lessons that life is trying to teach you. Every time you leave a man with nothing, you fail.
Wait. See? That's deep. Every time you leave a man with nothing, you are a failure. Will you explain that?
I mean, it's not really even just financial. It's like if a woman leaves a man and she at least doesn't have the instructions on how to do better or how to be a better woman or how to get
She didn't
more
have any
out the
growth,
next nigga.
right? She didn't have any growth
She failed.
out of
Even
that.
if you get tricked niggas like Corey, right? Okay, he pay you and all that, but even if you're dealing with a nigga like that, you're still supposed to be getting how to move forward with the next nigga. You just
Something.
letting the nigga pay you to fuck you, but you're not taking no lessons from him. Like what are you learning from the niggas you giving your pussy to?
Listen, man, let me tell you something. When you're done with that man, if all you have is fuck shit to say about him, you are the loser.
All day.
You are the loser if you done with that man and he did you like this, he did you like that. Intelligent people know, oh, you a stupid motherfucker. You was around somebody like that?
Okay, everybody, let's talk about some of the things that was said. This was a blind reaction, so I was just a little bit shocked. Let's start off with what he said about a woman sucking and effing. I enjoy reacting to Corey. I know y'all like it, but talking about women need to suck and F, but then in the same breath talk about body count, absolutely not. I gotta go against all of that. We cannot tell women that they need to be doing a lot more sucking and effing, but in the same breath, we whoring them out, making whores of our daughters and our sisters, and then talk about them for having a high body count and they not marriage material and things like that. I know celebrities move different. We all know Corey's a trick. You heard Craig say it. Corey says it all the time. There was no pushback. So that whole area in life I think is disgraceful. I know it's always been prostitution in the world, but I'm not going to promote that. I'm not going to sit up here and say women need to be having more sexual relations with men that is not their husband. Hopefully that was a joke. Moving on. You have to be under a man that cares about you. I absolutely agree with that. That's how I move in my marriage. Finding a man, preferably young, early on in life, who cares about you, to be under him. I don't know what feminist, what government agenda started teaching our women that you didn't need a man's protection. That was catastrophic to our community. Having a man that cares about you and that's willing to protect you and teach you and nurture you and provide for you, your children, a man who's willing to die for you and put his life on the line for you, that's not something to be taken lightly, even though we're taught, oh, it's nothing and I can do bad by myself. Yeah, right. I just was watching the video and I seen some female military soldiers over in Israel and I was just laughing. Everybody was praising them for how beautiful they was, but I was laughing. Beauty aside, what do beauty got to do with anything when you a military officer? Beauty aside, what y'all gonna do when one of them Palestinians run up on you, but get taken advantage of, and read between the lines on what I'm trying to say with that one? Women don't need to be no police. Let me move on because that ain't the topic. Craig said we are supposed to be a helpmate to men. Craig didn't come up with that. He got that from the good book, okay? That's the purpose for a woman being created. It wasn't good for a man to be alone, and women were created to be a man's helpmeet, helper, assistant, however you want to word it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I always like to use the example of men being stronger than women, physically stronger. It's a reason why men were made physically stronger than women. If we were equals or we were something other than a man's help, we would have the same strength as a man, and we don't have that for a reason. So that's what kind of taught me earlier in life, I think, than a lot of other women before they wake up to reality. Women who didn't get that teaching and tutelage and have that mother or grandmother who taught them how to be a feminine woman. I saw my husband doing something one day and I was just amazed at how strong he was, even though he's always been strong, muscular, in shape, that type of person. But that particular day, I saw him do something, and there was another man who was younger than my husband, his son, and he couldn't do it. And that just kind of like set the tone for me to really realize how strong he is and how strong I'm not. And that's the creator's design, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to compete with that about. There's nothing to be pissed about. Women need to get under a good man, like Corey said. His definition to me of a good man was very vague, but my definition of a good man, I like to use the scriptures, because the scripture is not biased. A person can be biased and tell you this is what it should be, this is what it should be, because people have agendas and people want clout and things like that. But if you want to know the definition of a true man, in my opinion, you need to go to the good book, to the person who created the man, and he'll tell you what the definition of a righteous man is, and then you go from there with looking for a man. And a good man ain't a man who gonna get up and tell you need to do more sucking and effing. Sleeping with a man but ain't getting nothing out of it, ain't learning nothing from it, and furthermore talking bad about this. Now, the point I want to take from that is women who sleep with a man and have a man's children but then dog that man, talk about that man to his children, talk and get on social media and talk about the man's child that you had to the world. I think that is asinine. There's no good that can come out of that, and women need to stop doing that. Women need to stop being more promiscuous, which is opposition to what my boy Corey said. We can disagree with things and not hate each other and badmouth each other. Women need to stop being so promiscuous and need to stop badmouthing men that they have slept with and bear children with. It ain't no point in doing that. You make yourself look bad. Your children gonna take that poison on and either grow up to hate you or the father. You may even put so much poison in your child could turn out to be a homosexual or anything just from you bad mouthing a man that you had sex with. But I'm gonna end the video here. Y'all leave me a comment and let me know what your definition of a good man is, or are you with me and you get your definition of a good man from the Holy Scriptures? Leave me a comment and let me know what you got to say. And as always, I appreciate the love and support. And until the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.